Your field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be PartinG versus Violet. Here on match point, bottom left, it's gonna be our Zerg player. It's gonna be PartinG. And in the top right, it is Violet. Violet tragically passed away from leukemia back in 2012 at the age of 23. I just like to honor him every once in a while by showing how excellent of a Brood War player he was. And I'm matching him up here against PartinG here today, who is more known, I feel like, for his StarCraft 2 achievements than his Brood War achievements. Well, let me know if that's the case, Brood War fans. But yeah, Brood War had, you know, people transition from Brood War to StarCraft 2, but not as many as Blizzard would have liked. Alright, so, throwing down a pylon to the right of where your natural nexus would be. Match point is, again, a very, very weird map. Good for siege tanks, but there are no tanks here because it's a PvZ. And there's a lot of high ground positions, good for lurkers, good for storms. Should be an excellent play here today between these two dudes. So again, this has got to be an older replay. I think it's from, I don't know, man, 2009, I think was the name of the folder I got this from a Violet replay pack out on Team Liquid. So again, I like to do newer replays. I like to do older ones on the channel. And you guys seem to like them both. I don't think, based on view counts, you guys are as willing to watch something from 2008 as you are something from 2021 or 2022. So, cool stuff. Going for the Nexus first play. Oh, right. But guess who's going for an overpool? That's right. Our dude here, PartinG. So PartinG's going to go overpool here today. Very interesting stuff. I like it. Nexus into Forge. I wonder if this configuration maybe allows for a Nexus first play against Zerg a little bit better than other ones. We've seen Jaedong play ZVPs on this map before. And if you're not perfectly good at walling off here, he will slip lings past them and into your main base. I don't know if PartinG is super capable of that, but I'm curious to see what's going to come in here. Because, yeah, he's already got lings out. And if you go for an overpool, it's either because you're worried about aggression from the Protoss, or you want to be the aggressor here. Ooh, killing that probe, very nicely executed. You don't have to worry about it throwing down a pylon. I'm just going to hang out, huh? Okay, is that drone going to go for a third? I think the Overlord, are you sniffing this? The Overlord is sniffing around here, and he sees, look at that Nexus, almost done. Yeah, throw that third base down, man. I love that PartinG was sending the drone up here before. I wonder if maybe he was feeling it, right? He's like, this feels like a Nexus first play from Violet. I'm just going to go ahead and send that drone up, and I'm going to scout it, and if it is, in fact, a Nexus first, I'm going to throw down the third, like, sub 3 minutes, which is awesome. I like this a lot. I mean, a hatch first and do a quick third would probably be more effective economically here against this play that Violet is thrown up. But, I think this is probably the next best bet. Bum, bum. Bum. So, first 100 gas going to, what else? A lair. That's right. Who needs metabolic boost this early? Not me. That's for sure. So anyway, what's going on in the world? Well, I don't know. StarCraft is happening. We've got movies being released and TV shows and everything. And so my two recommendations for this week are just going to be watch Andor, man. It's on Disney+. It's great. Like, I can't explain how great it is, as well as several other YouTube essayists have. Like, I've seen so many people just come out and say, look, Star Wars has never been this well written, period, in the history of Star Wars. So check it out for that alone. And I mean, it's just the cinematography is gorgeous. The music is so good. Anyway, and then I would say The Menu, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Ralph Fiennes, and gosh dang it, I'm always forgetting this dude's name. Nicholas Hoult, I think is his name. But fantastic performance from everybody. If you've probably seen the trailers, I'm going to tell you the trailers did a pretty good job at not just spoiling everything in the film. Okay, so that's excellent. An excellent trailer does that. I think it's funnier than I was anticipating. A ton of black humor. I was laughing as much as I was being shocked, as much as I was being startled, or, you know, having other more negative reactions to the film. So it's a great combination of those things. Check it out, man. Just check out the menu. Anya Taylor-Joy is incredibly hot. She's such a great actress, and she looks so good in this. Ralph Fiennes kills it. Does he have an Oscar? These zealots thought about doing some pressure, but decided not to. I don't know what told them not to. I'm going to look this up real quick. Ralph Fiennes. Oh, waiting for a friend. Now they have a friend here. Get out of here, Zerglings. You can't fight this. Ah, get on out. Yeah, Ralph Fiennes is a, you know, pretty classic, well-lauded British actor. English actor, film producer, and a director. Shakespeare interpreter. Excelled on stage at the Royal National Theatre. And having further success at the Royal Shakespeare Company. So yeah, I mean, he's got an Academy Award and an Emmy Award. So there you go. Oh, nominees. Nominations. So he doesn't actually have an Oscar or okay, interesting. He should get one of these days, though. He's an excellent actor. All right, what do we got? Hatchery, blah, blah, blah. Creep Colony. Worried about Zealot pressure because, of course, you are. It's going to be Zealot pressure. It's a ZVP. Rawr, killing another Ling. But the advance warning has been had. Corsair out because, of course, there's a Corsair running around. What else is a Corsair going to do? Ooh, got 2 kills, but then got Scourge executed. Okay, that was a sick play from PartinG. Yeah, PartinG played Protoss in StarCraft 2. He's doing his military right now, which is where he is. But anyway, Zerging it up here. So this is pretty well defended. Like, maybe over? Nah. This is good. This is great here from PartinG. He's defending against Zealot attacks quite excellently. The third base is similarly pretty sim-citied. Getting a full surround on that Sunken's going to be hard. There's Lings covering this area too. Yeah, this is just set up. Like, Zerg players, if you're not prepared for a Zealot attack showing up at your front door, you're going to die to it. And this is PartinG being prepared. Be prepared. Pulling the drones just temporarily. The Zealots weren't committing. Then they come back in. The drones are kind of fighting. The Lings are fighting here. This is a lot of Zealots. This is some serious pressure coming in right now. Oh, shoot. Are all the Lings dead? Nope. More Lings are coming in, but that Sunken is problematic. And I feel like they maybe could have got it. Or at least killed more of these drones. I'm shocked there are this many drones that survived that battle. They were in direct melee combat with Zealots, man. Violet trying to take a third base minerals only location here on match point. The Overlord is scouting this perfectly. The Lings are like, we can deal with this. It's just 2 Zealots. And your buildings aren't constructed yet. Oh my gosh, the micro here was pretty good though. And bought time for an Archon to come in. Nice. Yeah, that was a sick hold from Violet. Killer play by him. Zealots, again, pressuring the natural base a little bit. They're like, we'll get some free Ling kills. You want to donate Lings to us? Let us munch on them. We're fine with that. We're totally cool. So I love this third base timing here from Violet. And just preventing a fourth base from the Zerg player, too. This could be a fourth base. The other place, there are not a million places to expand on this map, as you probably know. Because you are... Oh, let's get rid of that. There we go. You're a Brood War fan. You can expand here and here. And here. But traditionally, this is going to be PartinG's base, right? So as a Zerg, I guess you go here next. Unless you want to go here, which we've definitely seen. And yeah, I think the Lings just cleared out the Zealots that were putting that pressure up at the front door. The Lurkers are out, which means the time of the Zealot pressure is over. No Zealot pressure on a base that's got Sunkens and Lurkers sitting at it. Storm's on the way, because of course it is. Observatory on the way, because there's Lurkers out. And a Dark Archon. What is going on? I feel like for the first 5 years of my casting Brood War, I never saw Dark Archons. Like once every 800 games, I'd get a Dark Archon. And I feel like over the last year or 2 years, I've gotten 20 games with Dark Archons, it feels like. I just posted one last week. Killer game between Snow and Killer. Haha! I forgot it was Killer. Until I started the sentence that way, and I was like, oh, that's going to be redundant. Fantastic. Good casting, Falcon. But yeah, so the fourth base is coming up here from PartinG, by the way. Yeah, Killer versus Snow. If you missed that one, by all means, go check it out. It's got Dark Archons on the thumbnail. If you're a Dark Archon fan, you probably saw that. You probably saw that game and were like, ooh, fancy. And it was some good stuff, too. Anyway, there's a trailer released for a movie about the bear that basically did cocaine. There was a drug smuggler, and it was like a plane crash, or maybe they dumped the cocaine early to avoid getting caught, like up in Washington or Oregon or something. Like, I don't know. It's a Reddit legend. And apparently there's a movie coming out about it. And I saw the trailer today, and yeah, once again, black comedy. So I don't know. I don't know how good it's going to be, but man, if you haven't heard the story about the black bear that was high on cocaine for like 12 hours, just search bear and cocaine in your Google box and you'll find it. It is a crazy story. Maelstrom is being researched. Oh yeah. Let's do this thing. All right, man. Lurkers, high ground. What did I say about lurkers on the high ground on this map? It's a big deal. Storming from the high ground to the low ground, also very good. And just, you know, Overlord's making sure nobody's going to expand here without his information. PartinG looking good that way. And a lurker, making sure that expanding to the bottom right here for Violet is not going to be free either. It's 141 to 110 supply at this stage of the game, which is fine. Hydras are cheap supply and very good in this situation. Lurker is going to be pretty good force multipliers here, too. So, I think PartinG's okay. Although we could get a... My gosh. Alright, man. Here we go. Maelstrom! Storm! Kind of whiffing on that storm a little bit, but, you know, immobilizing the Hydras and getting them murdered works pretty well, too. Yo! God, why don't we see Maelstrom more often? It's just... It's a... better stasis. I mean, it doesn't last forever. But, I mean, I don't know. Protoss, do they really need... Oh, Observer sniped! Okay, oh, but secondary Observer is here. Storm preventing the Hydras from doing an excellent job there, but they do shove this away. Sniping that High Templar would be an excellent, excellent get. Okay, well, everybody dies there, too. 156 to 112 total supply. But don't you think, Protoss, you're like, man, stasis could probably bear to last, I don't know, like 10 seconds, 10 seconds less than it does? Right? You're with me on this, I feel like. Anyway, and maybe lengthen the term of Maelstrom so we see it more often. We'd still see stasis if it was 10 seconds shorter. But Maelstrom lasting a little bit longer, maybe? I don't know. This is really well played from Violet, though. Another great Maelstrom down there. It does do friendly Maelstrom catching. So these Zealots are caught in it. They are going to live, though, unlike every one of the Hydras that was caught in Maelstrom. Actually, these Zealots all died, too. But not while they were Maelstromed. Worst nightmare ever for an Archon is being alone against Lings and Hydras, baby. Yo. All right, Hydras have the high ground. They're feeling pretty good about this, honestly, and they should. That Archon's going to explode. Ready to explode? Dark Archon's still alive, right? Did it go home? Is it up here? Oh, no. Did the Dark Archon get exploded? Oh, no, it's here. It's here. It's fine. It's going to hang out with these cannons. Its best friend. Photon cannons. So, yeah, 153 to 120 supply. That gap has been closed. Right? Because we're a 4-basing Zerg player against a... Oh, shoot. 4 bases are up for here for Violet, though. Alright, so PartinG needs this base now to win this game. And maybe needs to prevent this from happening from Violet, too. So he's sending a drone down to expand to this location. I loved the expansion here. In time. Adrenals on the way. Reaver's coming in. Consume's coming in here, too. I think Zerg players and Protoss players are pretty happy about where their respective races are right now in this match. It really seems like PartinG is doing what he needs to do to win this game. Adrenal's a big key. Defiler's huge, too. And then, obviously, for Violet, working on Reavers, because Reavers are going to help a lot against the Dark Swarm. We're going to start seeing, I mean, obviously, Zealots are fine in there, too, and Psionic Storm's very good at dealing with Dark Swarm as well. But still, having Reavers in situations like this, late game in ZVP, going to be a good time. PartinG just kind of bypasses the entire Protoss army and wanders into this third base, takes a massive storm to the face. That High Templar has 10 kills. But not enough to save it. Adrenal's done. Playtime is over, says PartinG. Snipes that third Nexus like a boss. There's a shield battery here, too. Dude, shield batteries and Dark Archons, man. I don't know what it is. And yeah, he sacrifices the entire army that came down this way to wipe that base out, but that's what Zerg does. Zerg, their army gets wiped out, they remax. I mean, not remaxed. He's supply blocked 145 supply, which is bad news. And this has got to be a pretty strong counterattack from Violet here. I am feeling like Violet's got to be our guy, right? +3 attack on him. The Lings are at 1 attack, 2 armor, and Adrenal. The Hiders are at 2-2. And obviously, range and speed, because you don't make Hiders if you don't have the range and speed upgrades. It's just not something you do. Once again, PartinG just kind of unwilling to engage directly with his army, and I can't blame him for it. He's going to come up here. Just let this base die. Oh my gosh. There's Dragoons and Zealots and stuff. Alright, well, so these Lurkers tried to defend. Did not pull it off at all. But yeah, this is a pretty good defense from Violet. Saves his natural base pretty easily. Speed lots, High Templar, that's the ticket. Oh, this is bad. This is all of a sudden very bad for PartinG. Remember when I was like, he needs this base, and he needs to prevent Violet from getting this base. So 2 things accomplished. Well, 1 thing accomplished of the 2. So he's trying it here. All right, we're going to see our first Plague, our first Dark Swarm today. Maybe he's like, the Zealot count is too high. It doesn't matter. But I don't know, the Dragoon count's pretty elevated as well here. Dark Archon. Maelstrom stuff that's already getting stormed. Oh, it gets exploded too. All right, not the best Maelstrom of all time, but you know what? Paid for himself, for sure, in this game. 194 to 161 supply. PartinG trying to close that gap further. This Zealot against Adrenal Lings is just going to expire. He's got armor upgrade, though. That's nice. The Lings are working on +2 attack. They're almost there. 2-2 cracklings are pretty good. 3-3 are just a nightmare to deal with. Kadarian Amulet getting researched. More Archons coming in, not replacing the Dark Archon. If you've already researched Maelstrom, I don't know. I don't see why not. Yeah, so no Dark Swarm, no Plague. Plague's on the research tab. But yeah, I don't know that without Plague. I don't know, man. Dark Swarm. Okay, got a Dark Swarm up. And that is going to force Violet to pull back. He was kind of just mushing up. Archons aren't good at running. I mean, they're pretty fast for being giant balls of energy without... Well, they're floating, right? So, I don't know. Are they psychically moving themselves with their psychic powers they use to psychically destroy you with their psionic shockwave? Yes. Generally, Archons are not good against Hydras, but with Zealot support, they do just fine. Yeah, alright, cool. So Violet crushes through there. PartinG decides with his 1,000 minerals, he should probably expand. It's time. And again, I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked that our guy Violet hasn't expanded bottom right here. I feel like if he had expanded bottom right, he'd have this game won at this stage. But, nope. Not interested, I guess. Okay, so this base coming up is nice. Violet heading up top left. And I don't know, maybe PartinG will take this base. Does he have a drone with him here? Not really, but he's like, are we really not? Oh, this probe. Wow, bad times. Ah! Reaver attack at the top left. The army is really out of position here, but PartinG says, screw it. Let's base trade. Good Plague. Great Storm, as per usual. Why is there a queen here? dead now. Maybe ensnare, I guess. I think he just tried to ensnare something that died, or consume something that died. That Defiler did, it's dead anyway, doesn't matter. This top left base is toast. The space is gonna probably survive. I like going after probes here instead of going after the Nexus. Trying to slow down. It's 34 workers for the Protoss. Not great. Everything is pretty much dead except for these hatcheries, which if they survive for parting would be pretty awesome. Burrowing lurkers in. Actually gonna hold. What an absolutely bloody battle that was from both sides. Blue and red blood soaking into the metal on the space station here. This space platform we're battling on. Always makes me laugh. Dude, parting absolutely held that. I mean, sure, everything is mostly dead. And he killed some probes down here, so it's 54 to 33 total workers. He manages to expand here, and he's taking the bottom right. He's like, look, man, fine. You don't want to take this base? I will take this base. And it's now it's 133 to 108 supply. Oh, boy. Is parting going to do this? That hold at the top left was miraculous. Beautiful play, catching so many of those zealots. Oh, man. These zealots struggle with adrenalings anyway. Okay, so the storm. I was going to say, this looks like a battle that parting's just going to win, but then the storm came in, and I was like, never mind. Although, he might just win it anyway, because, again, these guys are, some of them, a lot of them, enough of them are plagued. I love a plagued Archon. One of my favorite things to see, because it looks like it's a terrible thing for the Archon, but it is not. And you guys know why, because you're smart. I think parting might have done this. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the situation. I'm looking at the numbers in the top right. 156 to 98 total supply. This base, I mean, he's not mining from it, but just having it and not allowing the Protoss to have it's a big deal. Storm defense. That first wave is pretty much obliterated, but how much? Oh, we have more storm. All right, great. But these lings are just like, we don't care. We're cheap. We're cheap as free. Parting's got 500 minerals to spend and 135 supply, and these Archons are going to do super great against Ling Hydra. This base is just, okay, this base is actually going to die for the second time here. These Hydras have 3-3. They are mean. They are spitting acid, or supposed to be spines, right? Because that's what it is here, needle spines. I don't know. It always seemed like they were spitting acid to me. I think we talked about this a billion times before, though. These Hydras are move commanding through death. So that was a little gift for you, Violet. Just gonna let you get back into this game a bit. The flip on the overall supply here, though, has been impressive. For part, he's got the, okay, that's your GG. This base is up, harvesting. Gas is being accumulated at this bottom right base. That's nuts. Hit that like button, by the way, if you've enjoyed this match, Zerg players. And Protoss as well. You got some Dark Archon shenanigans. Come on. I don't know. This might still be a win. This is some Reaver Archon stuff. But again, the way parting wins this is not by having more. That's a sick plague. Defiler pays for it with his life. He's cool. He's fine with that. He is. But yeah, the way that parting wins this is by throwing more stuff at the Protoss and can afford more stuff because he's got all of these bases, and parting's like, I got this, and I'm long distance mining from my third. How's my Reaver micro? How's my Reaver effectiveness today? Scourge taking down an ob. Secondary obs exist. No lurkers anyway, though. You know, always bring an obs with you. And that's it. Nah, Violet taps out. Parting is your winner in 23 minutes. Again, a weird place to tap out. I don't know what this week has been about. Weird GG timings. But, I mean, I've been calling it for like 2 or 3 minutes, so whatever. I mean, he knew, right? The Zerg player's on 3 total mining bases. He's got 2 geysers that aren't expired he's mining from. This one's also not expired. If you wanted to saturate that, that'd be great too. Yeah, too much gas for the Zerg. Just too much Darkstorm, too many Hydras, too many Plagues. And that's it. Did those Reavers die? I want to go back and look and see if those Reavers died. Because if the Reavers died, that's kind of like the last hope for Violet. It would make sense that he would GG out there. Because they got plagued, right? Yes, they got plagued. Look, they're just so red. So vulnerable. The long distance mining is happening here. Yada, 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 yada. He's fighting. He unloads the Reavers. Bah! Almost no damage done. He comes in again. The Hydra is just... Man, does he bring it to the... I don't know. Oh, that's it. Yep, okay, it was. So Scourge murked both of his Reavers, and he's like, yeah, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. GG. Yeah, pretty solid reversal there from PartinG. I mean, for a lot of that game, he was in trouble. But this big, huge hold at his third base was massive. Yes, everything was bleeding. Yes, he lost his Sunkens. Yes, he lost a ton of Lurkers at this base and Defilers and Hydras and Lings. But he held. And that was it. That was the key. And then he managed to hold this base, and he managed to kill this base a couple times, and then he took the bottom right, and economy is king, baby. That's how it works. Well done, PartinG. Getting a win despite the Maelstrom play from Violet. So again, we miss you, Violet. I'm sure you'd be an incredible player today if you're still with us. And we remember you, and we honor you. Great game, man. 198,000 points there from PartinG, 202,000 from Violet. So in a rare situation where a player has a higher score total and loses the game. Holy kill-death ratio, 600 to 200. That's a 3-to-1 kill-death ratio there for Violet. Impressive stuff, but got outproduced by about a 4-to-1 ratio. PartinG almost made 1,000 units in 23 minutes. That's insanely good. His macro was killer. And then resources outspent the Protoss by 10,000 in about 23 minutes. Maybe a little bit less than 10, but still. Très bien. Well done there to PartinG, getting that win. Again, great Zerg player. And that's it. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.